Item 10C, adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with Eaton Pumps, sales and service for rehabilitation of the Corporation Yard well in an amount of $230,000 and authorizing a total construction budget with contingencies in the amount of $264,500 and appropriating $91,500 in water capital funds.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of Council. My name is Jim Birch, Deputy Director of Public Services, Maintenance and Operations Division. I'm here tonight to provide information for the resolution before you, which would authorize the City Manager to execute a contract with Eaton Pump Sales and Service in the amount of $230,000 with a total construction budget with contingencies of $264,500. A little bit of background about our city water system. Our water supply comes from three different sources. Groundwater is produced by city wells, 5 wells we have. Wholesale water is also purchased from SFPUC, and we also buy retail water from North Coast County Water District. The City of San Bruno operates 5 groundwater wells that extract, filter, treat, and pump water into our water distribution system for use by our residents and our businesses. Of these 5 wells, 3 are currently active and 2 are inactive. The Commodore well is in design in the pre-construction phase, and our Corporation Yard well became inactive recently in February due to mechanical system failures, which necessitated the resolution before you tonight. During 2015, the Corporation well, along with the 3 other active wells, produced 63% of our total water use in the City of San Bruno. 46% was supplied by SFPUC and another 1% by North Coast County Water. Due to the recent mechanical failure, rehabilitation of the Corporation well is now a priority and is proposed to be completed by August 2016. Well rehab can take several different forms depending on what's found during the process, and from a minor rehab to a major rehab, and that includes pulling the well. We have a submersible well and pump, a motor and pump that needs to be pulled out. It's about 525 feet deep. They video inspect the casing and check for any defects, and there's screens at different intervals down the casing for water to enter the well, and that's inspected. We inspect the biofouling, which is just organic matter that would build up, and depending on the condition of the casing and the condition of any kind of biofouling, it would then necessitate different types of cleaning, from a light cleaning to a more heavy, more intensive cleaning. The pumps themselves and the motors themselves can be very expensive, and we would pull those out, and the contractor would inspect them and then give us some advice on whether we totally replace it or we rebuild it. It may be just a bearing. So there's all kinds of different things that can happen, but we anticipate with this well that we're going to have to do some extensive work, and that's why we hope to get it done for a whole lot less than $264,500, but we kind of hoping for the best, but planning for a little bit more intensive work being done. Preventive well rehabilitation and scheduled inspection minimize the number of emergency repairs and service interruptions. As the well ages, groundwater production decreases as parts become less efficient, and also a decrease in production means we just have to buy more water from SFPUC, which just raised the rates recently. Currently, the city does not have a well rehabilitation and repair contract and relied on contractors to make individual emergency repairs on an as-needed basis. Emergency repair costs have been approximately $30,000 in 2013-14, $25,000 in 2014-15, and we haven't had any emergency repairs yet till now. The proposed rehabilitation contract will provide the city with benefits of a contract with fixed rates and experienced and licensed contractor who's qualified and has been pre-approved by the city, and an efficient process that minimizes staff time to request proposals and preparation of contracts for the work if we had an emergency situation. The resolution before you tonight will authorize the complete rehabilitation of the Corp Yard well, and this well last underwent a rehabilitation in 2009. The Water Master Plan and Best Management Practices recommends a 10-year cycle for the major well rehab and a 5-year cycle to do an inspection and maybe a light rehab. Maybe you can repair the motor, but at least inspect it every 5 years. To address the ongoing need for well rehabilitation, staff will be presenting to council for your consideration a comprehensive well rehab program consisting of a schedule, scope, estimated costs for all of our wells as part of the 2016-17 budget process. In compliance with the state and city purchasing regulations, in January, a request for proposals was issued. It was also posted on the city's website and advertised in San Mateo newspaper, San Mateo Daily Journal. 2 contractors attended the mandatory pre-proposal site visit, and the city received 1 formal proposal. To determine the contract award, the city reviewed the submitted proposal based on qualifications, references, the ability to complete work as requested, and the fairness of the labor, equipment, and rates that were provided. After reviewing the proposal and checking references, the proposal from Eaton Pumps of Woodland, California, demonstrated that they met all of the requirements outlined in the request for proposals. They're a certified and fully licensed water facility repair contractor. They have a history of completing similar projects with a consistent level of service, and their rates are pretty reasonable. The previous work experience includes work for San Jose Water Company, Santa Clara, the City of Woodland, and we've also had extensive experience with them as well at the City of San Bruno. Eaton Pumps and Sales have been previously provided well repair services for City of San Bruno, and I know they did the one in 2009. They did a minor repair a couple years ago on one of our wells, and we're really pleased with their responsiveness. Even though they're in Woodland, they're pretty responsive. They do a lot of work on the peninsula, so they're consistent with their work as well. The project work for the Corp yard is anticipated to be completed by August 2016. There will be no public impact during the construction of the facilities as is located within the city's corporation yard, and the water that will be out we can supplement from our other wells, and or depending on the demand in that time of the year we'll have to purchase water from SFPUC. The proposed cost, like I said, we're hoping that it will be a fairly not as invasive a repair as we hope. As we might anticipate. Sometimes the casing might have some work that needs to get done, and that's where it gets expensive. This well was videotaped a few years ago, and there was none of that, so we anticipate that will still be the case. We anticipate that the cost won't exceed $230,000. We have a construction contingency of $34,500 is included for unforeseen items like I discussed. The project will be funded with $173,000 remaining in the well rehab CIP budget and $91,500 of additional water capital fund appropriations. Staff is recommending that the council adopt a resolution authorizing city manager to execute a contract with Eaton Pumps and Sales for rehabilitation of the corporation yard well in an amount of $230,000, authorizing total construction with contingencies in the amount of $264,500 and appropriating $91,500 in water capital funds. And I'm available for any questions.
Any questions or action by the council? Ken?
So this is to just totally take it apart and check it out, total overhaul.
Correct.
Okay. And then you're going to be coming back and wanting to propose this same program with the other 4 wells.
Correct.
3 wells at least that are operating now.
The well rehabilitation's been in the CIP for a while, and we're going to come back to council and explain exactly the different components, much like I've done tonight, but which well would be what year and those kinds of things.
So if this, if this well didn't have any problems, it would be a 10-year routine?
Actually, we had planned for it to be rehabilitated next year, okay. And we moved it up in the schedule, obviously, because it's having an issue. So.
Okay. Well, good. It's an investment we made, and we need to take care of it. So,
anything else?
No other questions?
Any other questions?
I don't have a question, but I appreciate the added detail, so we have a really good picture of what's happening and what we're paying for. Thank you. So with that, I'll introduce the resolution.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Rico Medina.
Aye.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Marty Medina.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.